I think one of the reasons that me and so many women in their 30s are single is because we don't want to train men. I was talking to my girlfriend the other day about this guy that I've been talking to who isn't quite acting as I would expect. And she was like, oh, that's trainable. That's not necessarily a deal breaker. Sometimes they just need a little bit of coaching. What if I don't want to be a coach? Why have we normalized training men? Why would I want to be with someone who I have to teach how to treat me? I didn't have to be trained. I have so many amazing girlfriends who didn't have to be trained. So why are we okay with the idea that we have to train our boyfriends? Now, I'm not saying that relationships don't take communication. Obviously, if you have expectations of your partner, you have to make them known. But I think the idea of training men is a modern day way of saying I can change him. And I think that leads women to settle. If I wanted to train something, I would get a dog.
I think when you purposely use the word train, you make it seem like a dog. You make it seem like a pet, rather than saying, "I don't know you. I don't know your triggers. I don't know your idiosyncrasies. I don't know how to." Sometimes I might not know how to love you the way you want to be loved. You want to label that as training, and I hate to have those type of arguments, those type of discussions when you can easily flip it. Say, "Yeah, you're not used to respecting men. You don't know much about men, just statistically." You don't know how to talk to us. You don't know how to love us. You don't know how to inspire us. Do we call that training? Do you call that investing? Or do you just call that really just communication? Where you're just trying to get to know each other, trying to get to learn each other before you make someone go from someone you're dating to someone your boyfriend. You can sit there and see, hey, what are your qualities? Does your crazy activate my crazy? It's not training. It's not, God forbid we call it grooming. And it's not anything like that. It's just, I don't really get you. You don't really get me. And by any real indication, we're getting farther and farther apart. So before we continue, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Still trying to do 2 a day. If you're just seeing this and you didn't get a notification, then yeah, it's your notification bell. So just go on over and take a look at that, and you might see that it's for whatever reason it's ticked off to something else. So use this video because this has become more and more of a popular topic where women are saying they don't want to train boyfriends. It's the same on the same vein of you want someone already fully formed, fully understanding who you are, how to love you, or it's already been a success, has all the accomplishments. The fact is, when you're trying to mesh two different lives together, we're going to kind of have contention if I'm doing things because I'm coming from a life where I'm by myself, I'm responsible for myself, and I'm not yet in the phase of thinking, oh, let me put her needs, let me consider her needs as well. Some of these things are just, they'll take time. And if we see each other, we believe we're worth it, then we'll do it. But making it seem, and this is what I take real umbrage with this, that you have to train a man, it makes it seem as if he's in a subservient position, as if you are doing him a favor, you are making him better. He is somehow in a deficit and you need to bring him up to speed. I really dislike that. I really hate that. Rather than looking, we've gotten so far from looking at each other and just saying, there are things about you that I absolutely love, and I'm honored to be with you. I'm happy that we're creating something together. Yes, there's friction. Yes, there are problems, but it's not something that's insurmountable. It's not something that I need to position us into a less than, greater than sort of situation. Modern dating has really become, if we want to dumb some things down, it's a power struggle. It's I have a one up. My qualities are more important. You need to love me more than I love you. All this is just pseudo words and work for it's a power dynamic. It's a power imbalance. Those things are fine when you go into work. Those things are usually fine amongst men. It's how we rank each other in hierarchical structures. But when you take that position with your significant other, and this also goes for men, when you see when you think about the way some people argue and you're trying to win an argument, there's going to be a loser in that scenario. When you consider it, you take that step back and you say, this is a person I love or care about. Why am I trying to beat them? We're not talking about Mario Kart. We're not talking about bowling. Right? We're not talking about chess. We're talking about We're having a discussion and it moves away from solving an issue, acknowledging something was brought up. Now I have to defeat this person sitting across from me. I have to train this person up to my standard that's sitting across from me. Even if you continue with this, like her girlfriend saying, you can train that out. This is already making the man feel, or if when men see this, tells you how you really feel about us. It tells you that you don't really value us as people. I think men are getting the message that in terms of emotion, in terms of character, in terms of personality, you don't really see us as equal. And we get there's a lot of, whatever your point of view on feminism is, there is a lot of that in there where men have to be subservient to women while simultaneously wanting many things from men, while also simultaneously telling them that they aren't wanted, they're hard to love, they're predators, and all the evil things about them, and telling them that they need to sort of just be fixed. This is one of those things that makes modern dating like insufferable. If we can't come together, and at the very least, when you're claiming that you want equality, you want to be treated fairly, but you don't look at me, at least my emotions, you don't look at that as something that's worthy of saving, or is worthy of cultivating, or is worthy of being heard. It has to be in prepackaged certain avenues at certain times before it gets any type of acknowledgement. And I know sometimes when people post things, I don't think they think about the larger impact of their words, or how other people will see this, take this. And you can always just, to verify what I'm saying, check the comments. You see how people are so ready to agree and substantiate what someone is saying, especially when it's dogging men, when it's telling men that somehow they are bad, they are less than, they need to be fixed, or I can't even bother to be training them. When men see this, they look and they say, okay, that's how you feel, then you must be the standard. And it's coming from women of all walks, old, young, not so beautiful, beautiful. They all, okay, I'm being careful not to say all, but many of them are flying that very same flag, regardless of their position, regardless of their emotional maturity. And a lot of men can attest, when you are in a relationship, or you are feeling out a woman and you guys get into arguments, for being the emotionally intelligent by default, gender, there's a lot there's a lot of dysfunction. What I mean, very simply, the silent treatment. If you want, and you say communication is so important, why do we default to the silent treatment so readily? Why is that always in the toolbox? I mean, we understand it's a form of manipulation. I'm going to withhold something from you until you come and appease me. Same thing happens with sex. I'm going to withhold something from you until you come and appease me. I'm going to train you the way I need you to be. But listen, if you think I'm off base, if you think I'm missing something, let me know down in the comments below. If you see videos on your screen right now, take a look at those. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And of course, if you listen to sound my voice now, and you haven't subscribed, join the movement. I'll see you in the next one.